Hello, everyone. Welcome to Durett's Take. Let's get started. So, as I like to do mostly every Tuesday, I like to go over my top 10 teams in the NFL right now. And the first one will go to Kansas City. And I know they've been struggling recently, and I know they've are barely beating teams. But the point, and this is why I had Pittsburgh at one for a while before they started losing, which in the end you got to get credit for the wins, no matter how ugly it is. I mean, Kansas City has won, I think, 8 games in a row or whatever. It's like they're playing like the best team right now, despite not being pretty. Um, so then the next best team, and this one I had trouble with because I went back and forth between Green Bay and Buffalo, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with Green Bay for right now, just because what they were able to do against Tennessee last night was very impressive. Because I thought Tennessee was going to upset them and it was going to be a good close game, but that was not the case in the second half. Um, yeah, I feel like if Green Bay, if they as long as they play at home and they run the ball effectively and Aaron Rodgers doesn't have to do too much, then like Green Bay is going to be a threat in the playoffs for sure. Number three, I got Buffalo. I mean, I love how Josh Allen's playing right now. And the thing that goes unnoticed is that the defense has been playing really well recently. Like ever since that Arizona game where they gave it the Hail Mary, like they've been playing really well. They've been playing championship level defense after for the first half of the season they weren't playing that well. Four, I got New Orleans. They showed you without Michael Thomas, without Deontay Harris, without a couple offensive linemen, Quan Alexander again. They showed you in that Christmas game how explosive they can be when the running game works and everything's clicking on all cylinders. Um, five, I got Seattle. As I said yesterday, that their defense is back to being pretty good again, and Russell Wilson, in my opinion, he hasn't been playing well per se, but again, he's just being a good game manager right now, doing enough to get the team wins, and then when it comes to playoff time, expect him to take it to a whole nother level like he did at the beginning of the season. Six, I got Pittsburgh. I like that comeback against a very good team in Minneapolis, and then if they could beat, and then they already won division. And if they could beat Cleveland this Sunday, um, then I think they deserve. They'll I don't well not deserve, but they'll be definitely a candidate to get back into the top five of best teams. Seven, I got Baltimore. I just love the way they've been playing recently. Now it does help to be playing easier opponents, but still, I just love the way they're playing and love the way they're running the ball right now and being effective after struggling at the beginning of the season. Eight, I got Tampa Bay. It looks like they're clicking all cylinders now. They're figuring out ways to be good now. Now again, their schedule has lightened up, so that's why it still looks like they're doing really good, and I expect them to make a run in the playoffs. Nine, I got Miami, and obviously their offense is kind of hit or miss. That's why they have to. That's why they've been switching between two quarterbacks, but their defense is still really good. And this is a team that, again, like even the goal this year is to make the playoffs, and then next year is to go further in the playoffs to kind of like build from there. So it's only a team that's the same. And then my 10th team, even though they just lost to the Jets, I'm still going to put Cleveland here for now, just because that loss without all your wide receivers and stuff, without a couple offensive linemen, I mean, that was kind of expected. Like, that's kind of a forgetful loss, if you will. Although that loss is very important because now it might get them out of the playoffs. But I think Cleveland's still pretty good when fully healthy. Like, Cleveland's still really good. That was kind of an abysmal game for them. So there you go. So you got Kansas City 1, Green Bay 2, Buffalo 3, New Orleans 4, Seattle 5, Pittsburgh 6, Baltimore 7, Tampa Bay 8, Miami 9, and Cleveland 10. Um, and then as far as the playoff scenarios go, um, I've updated my NFL projections for last time before. It's fine next week, but so here are my AFC playoff teams and NFC playoff teams after this upcoming week, according to me. So obviously it could change. But here's what I think is going to happen. So Kansas City has already locked up the number one seed in the AFC. Um, Buffalo, I feel like will beat Miami, so that way they can get the 2 seed. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure in the AFC specific, NFC there could be a difference, but NFC, I mean AFC, I'm not sure if there's much of a difference between 16 and 17. So Buffalo may not care, and Buffalo may be like, yeah, let's go it. They could play some bench players. It wouldn't surprise me at all. But I think Buffalo would rather have the 2 seed just in case if Kansas City gets upset, then Buffalo can have the home field advantage throughout the rest of the playoffs in the AFC. So I feel like Buffalo will be playing hard against Miami, who's also playing really hard. But I think Buffalo will win their game against Miami, get the 2 seed. 3 seed Pittsburgh because I feel like they will win. I feel like they're going to beat Cleveland as well, despite not having much to play for. Because I mean, if Buffalo loses, then Pittsburgh jumps up to the 2 seed. But other than that, it's like Pittsburgh beat 3 seed. 4 seed, I got Tennessee. Houston could be tricky, but I mean, Houston's just not playing all right now. Like I feel like Tennessee should win that game, so therefore they win the division. 5, I got Baltimore. They face Cincinnati. I know Cincinnati's been playing well the past 2 games, so that's a game Baltimore should win. 6, I got Indianapolis. They played Jacksonville, so they can't be. And I know they lost to Jacksonville the first game of the season, but obviously things will change now. But if they lose to Jacksonville, then they don't deserve to be in the playoffs. I can tell you that right now. So, but I think Indianapolis will win, and therefore they will make the playoffs. And then 7, I got Miami. So Miami and Cleveland would be the 2 teams fighting for the last playoff spot, assuming they both lose. And apparently, even though Miami and Cleveland play each other, Miami would have the tiebreaker over Cleveland. So therefore, Miami gets the last playoff spot in 10-6, which would suck for Cleveland fans before the Jets game looked like, oh, it looks like we're going to make the playoffs. Nope. But it is what it is. And now the NFC got Green Bay 1. I feel like even though Chicago's been playing well, they're going to play hard at Chicago against Green Bay. I feel like Green Bay wanting to get that 1 seed to go. I feel like they're going to take care of business here and get the victory against Chicago, so they can get the 1 seed. New Orleans will get the 2 seed. They'll beat Carolina. 3rd seed, you got Seattle. I feel like they'll win their game. Washington 4, so that means I feel like Washington will be Philly. 5, Tampa Bay. They're going to be Atlanta. 6, I got Arizona because the Arizona Rams matchup apparently it's announced that Jared Goff won't play, so I feel like the Arizona, and then obviously since Chicago lost, it means the Rams, and also the Rams at the tiebreaker over the Chicago, so the Rams will get the last playoff spot. So now I want to go over my picks for this upcoming week. So the first one I got Miami versus Buffalo. Like I said, I feel like Buffalo won't get that 2 seed to have that home field advantage just in case if Kansas City slips up in the divisional round. I feel like Buffalo is going to get the, especially since it's at Buffalo in that cold weather for a Miami team. It's just all signs towards Buffalo there. New Orleans versus Carolina. Like I said, New Orleans wants to make sure to get the 1 seed. I know Carolina could be tricky, but New Orleans should win this game. Green Bay versus Chicago. Like I said, I feel this will be a close game. Like I feel like it could come down to within a field goal, if you will. But I feel like Green Bay in the end will take care of business to get that 1 seed. Baltimore, Cincinnati. Like I said, Baltimore should win. Pittsburgh, Cleveland. I feel like this would be a close game, but I mean, I feel like again, Pittsburgh against Cleveland has such a bad secondary that Pittsburgh will be able to hopefully exploit that and be able to get the win there. Minnesota versus Detroit. Minnesota wins easily. Tennessee versus Houston. Now this is a game that, like I said, it could be tricky. It wouldn't surprise me if Tennessee only won by like 4 points or something. But in the end, I feel like Tennessee will win here. Jets versus Patriots. Now this is very interesting because I'm super tempted to pick the Jets here. But in the finale, at home, and I just feel like Bill Belichick is not going to let the Sam Darnold beat him. So I feel like the Patriots will get the win there. Cowboys versus Giants. Obviously, the winner of this game has a shot to get in the playoffs. I'm going to take Dallas here just because of the recent success, and the Giants have not been playing well, especially Dan Jones not being 100%. So I'm going to take Dallas here. Atlanta versus Tampa Bay. Again, Atlanta, obviously, they're playing the Chiefs tough. Like, they're still playing tough despite having nothing to play for. So I feel like they will play Tampa Bay tough here, but I feel like in the end, Tampa Bay would just overpower them and get the win, like that happened a couple weeks ago. Jacksonville versus Indianapolis all day. LA Chargers versus Kansas City. Now, I'm actually going to take the Chargers here, and it's because since Kansas City has already locked up the 1 seed, and there's already been hints or rumors that they're going to be resting some starters, playing some bench players, including resting Patrick Mahomes. Like, this is a game for the Chargers to win, especially since they almost won it on Justin Herbert's first game when Kansas City was fully loaded. So I feel like Chargers will win this game, despite being at Kansas City. Washington versus Philadelphia. Now, this is interesting because Philadelphia, again, they don't have much to play for. So they might just throw in the towel this game and let Washington win it. But what's interesting here is if Alex Smith is 100% is able to play for this game, Washington will win. I can guarantee that. But if they start that four-string quarterback, then that's what makes this game very interesting. Along with, I know Jalen Hurts will want to play well, so that way if he can finish at least at the end 2-2 and not have a losing record, then he can make more of a case for being the starter next season. But I just feel like Washington's D-line is just going to eat up that bad Eagles O-line. Now, it helps that, again, Jalen Hurts playing, he can run and stuff like that. But, again, I feel like, even though it's in Philadelphia, I feel like Washington will find some way to win and get in the playoffs. Arizona versus Rams. Again, as I said earlier, Jared Goff will not be playing, so therefore I do not like the Rams to win this game. Now, they have a decent, I think that Blake Bortles he's a good enough backup quarterback, if you will. And again, we don't know what Kyler Murray's status is for this Sunday. His backup would be Huntley. And, of course, the Rams' defense is very good compared to the Cardinals' defense. But, again, I just feel like if I'm just basing this off of Kyler Murray is going to get it out and play. If he doesn't, and you have both backup quarterbacks playing, then I'll take the better backup quarterback, like Bortles, and I'll take the Rams, which means Arizona would miss the playoffs and Chicago would be in. But I'm going to take Arizona for now. Seattle versus San Francisco. I'm going to take Seattle here very easily. I know San Francisco got the upside against Arizona, but Seattle has been playing way better defense. Will be able to contain San Francisco's running ability and contain, of course, CJ Beathard, make him look like a backup quarterback that he is. Las Vegas versus Denver. I'm going to take Las Vegas here. I'm in a close game just because it's at Denver and the cold weather stuff. So it's going to be a low scoring, closer type of game, but Denver's just not playing well. I'm going to take Las Vegas to at least finish with an 8-8 record type of thing. So there you go. I got Buffalo, New Orleans, Green Bay, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, Tennessee, New England, Dallas, Tampa Bay, Indianapolis, Chargers, Washington, Arizona, Seattle, Las Vegas. So there you go. Oh, yeah, so going back to my playoff scenario, like for my top 7 teams in AFC, NFC. So now, to real quick go from a rundown there. So Buffalo would play Miami. That would be an interesting game at Buffalo taking care of business there. Pittsburgh, Indianapolis would face in the wildcard round. I would have Indianapolis with the upset there. They should have beat Pittsburgh last time. They'll beat them this time. And then Tennessee, Baltimore, again, very close game coming into a wire, but Tennessee holds on there to get the win. So then you would have a Buffalo-Indianapolis matchup. No, Kansas City-Indianapolis matchup the second round, but I have Kansas City winning that one. And then Buffalo-Tennessee matchup and Buffalo winning that one. So you have a Kansas City-Buffalo AFC Championship game and Kansas City surviving there. And then NFC, I have New Orleans, Rams. Again, this matchup worried me a month or two ago with Jared Goff being unhealthy now. The way he's been playing, New Orleans can win this one. Seattle, Arizona. Seattle wins this one very easily. The Arizona struggles recently. And then Washington, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay wins this one very easily as well. And you got Green Bay versus Tampa Bay, a rematch of the ugliness that was back in the beginning of October this past year. But I'm going to take Tampa Bay actually to get the upset there, despite being cold weather and all that. I mean, Tom Brady's just in New England and all that. And then New Orleans, Seattle, very close game, coming right to the wire, but I'll take New Orleans at home. So then you get New Orleans versus Tampa Bay for a third time. We all know how that's going to go, so New Orleans wins that. And then New Orleans Kansas City Super Bowl. So, I mean, the beginning now has changed, but as far as the end goal of the AFC Championship and NFC Championship game and then Super Bowl, it's still the same as right now. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much for listening to my podcast. Please subscribe to my channel if you want about me. I'll have one more podcast for the week, probably Thursday or Friday or something. But thank you very much, and y'all have a wonderful day.